Hello everyone. Do you know which web server is the most used across the internet? I was actually curious to find out and I did some research, and according to Netcraft survey, which was published in February 2021, Nginx comes right at the top, followed by Apache. And for my surprise, it's 33%, right, of sites using it. It's interesting because I always thought that Apache was widely used, right, across the internet. But it's good because Nginx is it's becoming really good, stable, and reliable, and pretty fast as well. So for that reason, I'm gonna show you how to install it and configure it on Ubuntu. Okay, if you don't have Ubuntu already installed, go ahead, grab a coffee, install it, and come back. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first of all, let's check if we already have it installed on our system. If we don't, we go ahead and install it. But the command to check if it is installed, it's apt list -- installed, and then this command on its own, it will list all the packages installed on the system. But we wanna you know go straight to the point and narrow it down to the package we want to list. Okay, so grep it to Nginx and it will display if it is already installed, right? And by the way, when you install Ubuntu, right, it asks you to create a user, and it's always a good idea to use an ordinary user other than the root super user to do administration of the system, and then use a sudo command to actually run commands as super user, and then just go back to your original normal user, right? Only the command executed will be as root. Okay, so this is very important. If you wanna and you want to maintain your server secure and your system secure, don't use the super user root to manage your system, right? Only if the system is disconnected from the network. And if you have sudo, why would you, right? Because majority of the tasks you can do it utilizing the sudo command. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check it. Okay, let's check now. If you haven't grabbed a coffee, go ahead, bring a coffee, and I'm gonna make one for me as well, and then let's get started. So the first thing here is, as I copy the command from a Word document, it changes the -- right? And that is something that it's annoying, but so the command is sudo apt list -- install grep Nginx. So as you can see, no, I don't have Nginx installed on our server. Let's go ahead and install it. Okay, and the command to do so is sudo apt install Nginx. And what this command will do is it will check which repositories are available. We'll go and query the repositories, check if Nginx is available, and bring not only Nginx but all the dependencies as well. Okay, let's hit enter and see what it does. Right, so as you can see, found the repositories, found Nginx, and now it's asking, do you really want to install this? Do you want to continue? Yes, I do. Enter, and then it will take a couple of minutes to get installed. And once it's installed, it's fairly quick, right? So one thing that we don't need to worry anymore is to update the firewall rule, because it does automatically, as you can see here at the bottom, right? So by default, Nginx uses port 80, which is service, associated with HTTP service. Okay, so you don't need to do that, but let's check how it is done anyway. Okay, so the command to check is sudo ufw app list. Okay, so let's check. As you can see, not only Nginx HTTP, but HTTPS and SSH are available and open, right? So now that Nginx server is installed, let's take a look at the IP address for the server, which we will do with IP space A. And here, with network ENS192, and my IP address is 10.0.0.31. Let's check out. As you can see, I already done a test and it's already up and running. Okay, so now let's get started with its configuration. Okay, so let's move on, right? In order to make Nginx start at boot time, we need to use the command systemctl enable. Okay, and that will allow every time you reboot or restart your server, Nginx will start automatically at boot time. So let's make sure that this will happen. Okay, and that's done. Let's take a look. Let's check its status and see if it's already started. It is, as you can see, it's activate, up and running, right? And that's good. That's good. So let's move on and let's create a folder now where we're gonna, keep our page, right? Our test page. Okay. And let's change this dash. So what we did is, in order to create a folder on Linux, you need to use the command mkdir, and the -p means that, if there are a bunch of folders or subfolders that don't exist, create all of them at once. Okay, so if we do var ls var www, we're gonna see that 10.0.031 has been created, and we're gonna see that HTML also has been created. Okay, so now let's change the ownership of the folder. Right, so change owner is the command to change the ownership. Okay, and again, -r means capital R means recursively, so it will change the ownership throughout the the tree. Okay, the folder tree. So now let's change the permission for the folder. 31, and again is -r for recursively. That's done. And then let's create a simple page. Okay, first we needed to proceed the sudo, and as you can see, I already created the page, but you can go ahead and create your page. And if you don't have it created, just copy, paste, and grab a coffee if you don't have a coffee, and I will be here waiting for you. Okay, so let's save the page now, and let's move on to configure the server. Okay, so Nginx calls the configuration blocks, but I always call virtual hosts, but that's fine. You call it whatever you want. I don't mind. Okay, so let's edit the file. And add the content, which is already here. Let's write and quit. Let's create a symbolic link to sites enabled. Sudo, of course, preceded by sudo -s, as done. And now let's test to see if the configuration is all good. It's -t. So as you can see, the configuration is okay, the syntax is okay, and now we are ready to restart, Nginx. Okay, and we do so with the command systemctl restart Nginx, right? And now let's test it. Okay, let's see. There you go. All good and all up and running. Now you know how to configure Nginx and how to configure the server block, right? So it's simple, easy, and fairly quick. Thank you very much for your attention, for your, for watching this video, and I'm gonna create another video later on installing Nginx using CentOS 7, okay, and 8. Bye bye. See you next video.